This is the 2027 Mercedes-Benz AMG G63, and it is the perfect balance of power, luxury, and off-road capability. Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. The exterior color on this model is Night Black Magno, but I want you to notice something here. Notice the difference, how the grille is a little bit different than the exterior color. It really stands out that way. Tell me what you think about that. Obviously, you're going to have your nice large Mercedes-Benz logo right there, and cameras all around, and full LED lighting. We're going to have that LED surround for our daytime running lights, the LED headlights, and then we'll have our nice bright turn signal indicator distinctly located right there on the top of the fender. Now notice what we have here on the front end. You could go pushing vehicles out of the way if you wanted to. No, don't actually do that, but you could. Everything here is active. I want you to notice how we have our active air intakes right here on the front end. That's going to really set things apart, gives it that AMG look, because obviously that's what it actually is. Now, all-wheel drive, full-time all-wheel drive, that's a good thing not only for traction, but just getting down the road, because you have tons of horsepower and you want to put that to the ground. We're going to have the 21-inch 5-spoke AMG wheels. Now, it's a matte finish, just like the paint color, so that's going to match up right there. It won't be a clash where that's concerned. I do like the AMG with the red brake calipers right there. That's going to do a good job of setting things off just a little bit, not too much. Your typical body lines are going to be here as far as the hood. Everything's nice and flat, round, nice, flat, and aggressive, I should say. And we're going to work our way over here. A couple more badges to talk about our AMG logo, and then, you know, you have the V8 bi-turbo. It is making a ton of horsepower. Now, on this side, you can't see it in action because I don't have it on, although we can fix that real quick. Let's do that. We'll flip our blinkers around to this side. So you got your turn signal indicators built in to these heated power adjustable side view mirrors with blind spot monitoring built in. And then they're also going to be power folding. So everything is going to be here as far as that goes. And we'll take a quick look at your key fob. With lock, unlock, you can hit your panic button or find my G-Wagon button. A lot of people use it for that reason, so that they can find their vehicle in the parking lot. And then we have our mechanical key right here. Now the advantage to that, if the battery in the key fob happens to die or the battery in the G-Wagon dies, you can come right here and actually lock and unlock the interior. And obviously we can't do a video without giving you the sound of the doors. That sound that everybody wants. That's part of what you get here that everybody is looking for. Now, we're going to work our way down here. We're going to have the assist steps right here, make it a little bit easier to get in and out of, and your chrome exhaust tips. We're going to have that on each side. A little bit of a unique location compared to a lot of vehicles that are out there, but it gets the job done. You'll notice there's actually quite a bit of chrome here on the exterior compared to what we sometimes see. Nice tall windows. That's going to do a fantastic job of making it easy to see out of. We'll work our way back here. Once again, LED lighting with our tail lights. We're going to have the chrome AMG logo, and you're going to find that chrome surround here on the cover for your spare tire. Something that's nice to know is here, obviously. Spare tires are important. Nice to have a vehicle that does have one as opposed to having a tire repair kit. And last but not least, our G63 logo. And I told you there's a ton of power here. Let's talk about those numbers. This is a 4-liter bi-turbo V8 that is putting out a strong 577 horsepower and 627 pounds-feet of torque. It is mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission that is specifically tuned for this particular model. 0 to 60. Well, Mercedes-Benz says it's 4.2 seconds, but it's actually been recorded as quick as 3.7 seconds. Top speed is an electronically limited 149 miles per hour. Now, how about your MPGs? People are going to want to know, so I might as well say what they are. 14 city, 16 highway, 15 combined, and 6.7 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. And as always, we'll give you the gas tank details. Let me make sure that works. I like how that just pops open like that, and it's open all the way. 26.4 gallons or 100 liters. And as far as your potential driving distance on a full tank of gas, 370 miles in the city, 422 miles out on the highway. And let's talk about practical use, because there is a lot of practical use built in here. The door is very heavy with the spare tire on it, but I'm going to let you get a good look in there and give you the numbers on towing. So here's what we're going to have. 7,716 pounds or 3,500 kilograms. As far as your cargo space goes, 38.1 cubic feet when the seats are in their upright position. When you fold them flat, which we're going to show you how to do shortly, 68.6 cubic feet. Now, you have the cargo cover right here. You can obviously bring that back if you need to and cover everything up, and you just drop down on the back of it like that to bring it back in place. There actually is a pass-through right here. You can see the door. We'd have to take the cargo cover out to show you that, but you can see the door. You can open that if you need to gain access to that area or have that little pass-through, whatever the situation is. There is a little bit of lighting back here, as you can see. It's actually a lot brighter than it looks. All right, let's talk about what your backseat passengers are going to find. And as I mentioned, we're going to show you right now what everything looks like maximized. Here's why I waited to this point. Reach down here and you fold the seat cushion up like that, and then there's a lever on the side of the seat, and that lets you fold these completely flat. I like that. That's a good thing. A nice little option or feature that is here that makes things a little bit easier. Now, you don't have a panoramic sunroof. You do have the conventional size up there, as you can see. We'll take a quick look at our door panel. You're going to have the armrest right there, decent amount of space where that's concerned. Some of that piano black finish, and you can see one of the speakers right there above the nice large door bin that is going to be here. Now I'm going to close that. We're going to get this up out of the way just a little bit. That's how you do, just push those up when you need to. And as far as the fold down armrest, we're going to have the cup holders built in, and then you can actually come right here and open this area, and that's how you gain access to that pass-through I was telling you about earlier, that we didn't actually move the cover out of the way to show completely, but I know you get the idea. So another speaker right here, very good audio quality here in the interior of the G-Wagon, and also our rear seat pockets on the back of each seat. Air conditioning vents will be located not only here on the back of the center console, but also on the door pillar right up here. So you can see that, give you a quick look at what's going on where that's concerned. And then we also have our controls here for the air conditioning. And right down here, connectivity options, a 12-volt power outlet, and a couple of USB ports. I do like that the floor is nice and flat here. You do have a very, very small transmission tunnel. Really not going to make a big difference for somebody who may be sitting here in the center. Okay, let's talk about some of the features you're going to find here in the interior, starting with the illuminated door sill. You actually have that on the front and the rear doors as far as this front seat area goes, and then also in the back seat. And that all-important question, what's the sticker price? $205,885. Let's see what else you get for that price. Now we're going to start here with our upper console. You're going to have your lighting up here, all that good stuff. If you want to use that, take advantage of that. Another one of those speakers are actually all throughout the interior. There's the control for opening and closing your power sunroof if you want to take advantage of that. And then you can see some of your other one-touch controls right there, depending on what you need to do right there in that upper console area. Now we'll work our way down. We're going to go across to the passenger side. There is an oh crap handle right there above the glove box with all this horsepower and torque. That could very well come in handy. Your typical glove box, nothing terribly out of the ordinary, but you can see what's going on there. Now, on the passenger side, we're going to have the air conditioning vent right there. Give you a quick look at that. And everything for controlling our heated and ventilated seats and all of the seat controls themselves in the shape of a seat for your power adjustable seats for the passenger. Nice large door bin, and then we're also going to have the large armrest. All of that's going to be here. Now, we'll come over here to the driver's side. Here are the controls for your windows, for your power side view mirrors. This is the button I pushed to fold those in earlier, and they'll fold and unfold when you lock and unlock this G63. Again, all of our controls here for our heated and ventilated seats, seat memory, which you also have on the passenger side, everything for your seats as far as those controls go. We can see some of the ambient lighting. There is a good bit in here. A little bit hard to see today because it's kind of bright here in the showroom, but all your controls for your lighting, as far as your headlights and taillights and all that good stuff. You can just leave them on auto if you want to. Your power parking brake is right here. And then we have the control right here for our power adjustable steering wheel. It's tilt and telescopically adjustable. We'll also find everything here for our windshield wipers and our turn signal indicators. All that good stuff is going to be here depending on what you need to do. And then over here on the right-hand side, that's actually your shifter right there. Kind of hard to show that, but there it is because I can't move the steering wheel. We haven't started the vehicle here in the showroom. Shifter paddles to work your way back and forth through the 9-speed automatic transmission and all of your different steering wheel mounted controls, including the ability to control what's going on with the center screen. You can control what you see there. If you want to, I'm hitting the home button to do that. In fact, I'll let you see as I do that. All I do is scroll over and choose whatever it is I may want to do. We can go to off-road. We're going to have a lot of good details there, by the way. That's going to be very helpful for you. We can hit the back button if we need to and get out of that screen and make the changes we need to. Whatever we need to do, we can take care of that. You can also do the same thing here on the right-hand side to control what's going on and scroll your way through on the center screen. I like the Alcantara wrapped, at least partially, steering wheel. That way, if you're in a situation, maybe you're tracking your G63 and you can't run your air conditioner out on the track, when you start to sweat a little bit, guess what? Your hands won't slip so much on that Alcantara. That's always a good thing. Now, moving on to the center screen, we're going to have the MBUX here as far as the Mercedes-Benz user experience. So you can talk to Mercedes and do all that good stuff. Navigation, phone, radio, whatever you need to do is going to be here. We can go to our MB apps, which, by the way, you do have the built-in dash cam. For this price, you better, right? You have MB apps, you've got your browser, you've got tips. What would that be? Let's see if anything comes up there. I don't know if it'll come up for us. We're not going to spend a lot of time waiting for that, but you can see where that is. And then we come over here to comfort. Now, there's a lot going on here. We'll make a quick run just so you can see what you have. Seat kinetics will be here. You can come in and make your adjustments where that is concerned, whatever you want to do as far as that goes. You can see the time that it allows for. You can make your different changes and different settings right there. You're also going to have your heating settings, and you can reset if you need to. And ambient lighting, I told you, there's a lot going on where that's concerned. Now, you can change the brightness if it's not bright enough or if it's too bright. You can adjust that here. I'm going to leave that like that. In fact, I'm going to come in here and do something that always seems to work really well for us, and that is making sure we're on blue, which it is. You can see that, but I'll come through a couple of the different colors just so you can see the changes. Some of it might be a little bit harder to see. There are a total of 64 different colors depending on what you go with right here. With monochrome, you've got 64 different colors. You can go with multicolor right here, and it's actually going to have a bit of a fade from one color to the next depending on what you need to do. Some pretty cool stuff going on with all of that. We'll come back out of there and go home one more time. We also have off-road right here, which some of this you've already seen, but just to show you what's going on, you've got cockpit, you've also got tracks right here. We can't really do much to show you too much on that, but just to give you a quick general idea of what you have. Now, AMG Performance is going to have a lot of good things going on. You can see different details about the engine. I can't show you so much of that because of the fact that, again, we're not starting the vehicle here in the showroom, but some really neat features. Settings, there's a lot going on here. Depending on what you need to do, you can come in here to assistance, you can come to vehicle, you've got dynamic select right here, so you can select your drive program if you want to do that. We're gonna have to turn the vehicle on to do that, but we're gonna come back out of that. And then you've got light. Once again, you can go to your multi-beam LEDs, make changes, whatever you need to do. Go to ambient lighting one more time. You also have system right here. Like I say, a lot going on, but the good thing is that it's not difficult to work your way around and figure out what all is going on here. And finally, you have devices. We don't have anything connected, so nothing to show you where that is concerned, but you have some really great functions here. We're going to work our way down. The thing I like here, number one, we've got our button to start and stop the engine, and the auto stop start feature that most of us like to turn off, at least it's located right there next to that. We're going to have those round air conditioning vents, and you can see some of our other controls here. As far as the different options go, we can hit right here, and that's going to bring up that screen we already looked at on the center screen, in case you were curious. Air conditioning controls down here. You actually can use the MBUX with voice commands to change air conditioning speed, temperature, all that good stuff. It's pretty convenient as far as that goes. But that's going to be our dual zone climate control, and then we can actually hide this area away, and you can see what's going on here as far as that goes. Our wireless charging pad, a couple of USB options. If you're going to use your camera, the dash cam, you're going to record it, you actually need to plug in right there. That's going to take care of that. You'll get all the details on exactly what you need. And then our cup holders are here, and this control, we can go with cooling, whatever we have, or we can go with heating, just like that. So it depends on what you want, but you can figure out what to do there. It's pretty easy. Now, something that I like, for those of you that don't want to actually touch your touch screen, maybe you're used to the older system from several years ago, you can still use the trackpad right here. To go home, you can work your way around on the screen. You can do whatever you need to do, and you just press down on it to select whatever you need to. Here's where you're going to control the volume and mute the radio, whatever you need to do there. We've got all of our different camera views as well. So if we want to bring that up, we can. There are cameras all around the vehicle. We can also hit our one-touch button right there. I'll show you what's on the screen now that I've done that. You can see everything that is available there as far as vehicle functions go. And then you can see what else is here as well. And last but not least, you do use this center console lid as an armrest, and it has the bomb bay doors. A little connectivity down there, as you can see. And let's see, how deep is that? Actually, it's a decent amount of space. And here is a sampling of the Burmeister audio system. We showed you all those speakers. We better let you listen to them as well. Hopefully that does it justice for you. It sounds pretty good for us here in person. And there it is, the 2027 Mercedes-Benz AMG G63. The perfect balance of performance, luxury, and off-road capability. It's all here. Whether or not you take it off-road, well, that's up to you. So tell me what you think. I would like to say a special thanks to our friends at Mercedes-Benz of Shreveport for loaning us this G63 for the day so we could tell you all about it. And a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give us the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. That's helpful and greatly appreciated. Make sure to subscribe and share this video on your timelines on social media so other people can see it. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and we'll see you there.